blades on the sail drives. That's the starboard side. Right, unwrapping my presents. So Kiwiprops, propellers. So we had the same thing on CATMANTOO, obviously somewhat smaller. She only had 30 horsepower diesels. Oh, they've got a nice new smell to them. So the stops here are different. These are obviously been upgraded. Sets the pitch forward. So we've got it set for 23 degrees. Reverse, can't adjust it. Quite a steep pitch in reverse. The hub does twist around a bit. And they're going to go on the ST60 sail drives. Blades are a bit different here. They've got a bit of a lip on the back. Obviously they come out symmetrical, but they've been sanded off on this side. So may not be absolutely fantastic as far as the highest thrust and forward goes, but you can imagine that when the blades are like this, there's very little drag, rather than the two buckets we've currently got on the back of the boat called fixed props. Well, let's have a close look at these props. So, one, and the second. Instructions, I believe that's for greasing. So they feather, and when they reverse, the whole hub twists a bit. I haven't got enough hands to show you that. Fixed pitch in reverse, adjustable pitch on board. So you adjust these screws here. And we did that on CATMANTOO. We actually lowered the pitch. So the blades a little bit different from the ones there. They've got this little bit reverse bit here. The stops are not round anymore. So constant evolution. It was a week from order until they arrived. A complimentary set of free blades, spare blades, with hardware. So if you do manage to collect a rock with it, pretty hard to do, I think, but you just replace the blades. You can do it in the water. Previous owner of CATMANTOO managed to do that, and I think before the repower occurred. And John's recommendation, or suggestion rather, I can't claim it was a recommendation, we've got these slightly overpitched at 23 degrees rather than 22 degrees, which will give us slightly more efficient cruising speed, and we never go full chat anyway. And we can see that these blades don't have the lip on the back surface. These ones do. Maybe you can see it. Hey, we're off! Now there's the props which will be coming off. Looks like the Propspeeds work well. It looks like my paint job on the prop lasted all right. So it's supposed to be a socket head screw on here. You've got a stud with a lock nut and a nylock. I've wound them out, locked them together. When I had a go at Marsden Cove, winches up for a survey, I was frightened I was going to break it. Well, now it's going to come out or it's going to break. And then theoretically you put a screwdriver through here to wind the cone off, but of course you can't get a screwdriver through when there's a stud through it. So we'll see how we go. And I remembered to bring a handy sized piece of wood to hold the prop in place. Oh look, success. I wasn't expecting it to be that easy. Notice the blue Loctite. The problem I've got is barnacles, so I might pull out, see if I can deal with them. There's a nut in there. So they screwed the stud in, put a nut on, screwed this on with Loctite, and then put nuts on the end. So very hard to get off. Anyway, we've done it. I'm sure the prop will come off now. Yeah, look at that. Easy peasy. Oh, this one's coming out just fine as well. Okay, we'll heat up the hub and see if we can achieve the same thing as easily. Well, this one was much tougher, but we got it. So, yeah, it was never going to fall off. It was never going to be easily serviceable, and sure as hell not underwater. Degreasing them, brake clean. I've also done the hub there. Oh, lightly sanded, degreased again. Normally I do this when they're on the boat, but we'll do it here. Right, good coat every side, only on the black. Tidy up here and put Kiwiprops on, one each side of course. I'm currently on the port side. Torque wrench set to 54 Newton meters. I'll clean the splines, do a bit of clean up in here. I do have new seals for it, but it all looks good in there and there's no water in the oil. I'm busy cleaning up the collar. Right, collar's all clean. It's all looking pretty good. We'll grease everything up and pop the prop on. Right, well, there's two grub screws which hold the nut in. So we'll push the prop in, do it up 45 Newton meters, or 54 Newton meters, sorry, and then put Loctite on the grub screws, put them in so they go into this recess here so the nut can't back out, and then there's this cap screw which goes in as well. Right, so home on the spline, so next will be the nut, so it's a 1/2 inch drive. Right, so that's done up, 54 Newton meters is quite a lot. Now some Loctite. I'm using blue, medium strength. Far too much. And we'll do this up. Running out of hands here. Right, so tight. Next is the cap screw in here. The Volvo ones didn't have this, but put some more locker on and tight. You can see blade fall into its feathered position. One side done. Now the starboard side. Starboard one installed. Copper-free anti-fouling, keep copper away from sail drives. So we'll start with the already partly used tin. I'll take the opportunity of putting the second coat of copper-free anti-fouling around the sail drives. Copper-free anti-fouling on the white bit, Propspeed on the bits that around the water intake which had come away. In fact, I actually just redid the whole leg. I've taken the tape off, so it's looking nice now. See how we go. Got 2,200 RPM, 7.4. Well, we are having props with the on purpose, so we're probably about 100 to 200 RPM less. Still managing 8.5 knots, and temperature slowly going up, 80, 100% throttle, 100% engine load. Temperature staying pretty stable. So 1800 RPM, and we're doing 6.3 knots. It's quite pleasant. These props have got a much bigger pitch in reverse, so see how we go. Yeah, that noise. That's a jumping cogs.